go through that in any time. Okay, you can't download it, but you will have the view access of the recording. Okay, now I
Okay,
believe you
sir.
can see my NetSuite screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can you see this my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, perfect. All right. Now, first I will start with very basics of ERP. I would say basics of ERP. Okay. So this session is dedicated to it is for the very first step for any ERP person who is willing to learn NetSuite and they don't have any background in knowledge about NetSuite, what it is and how it works and all those stuff. Okay. So now let me go
Yes.
with very layman type of thing. So let's suppose you are you are a company owner. Okay. So you want to start a business. Okay. Now, the first basic thing what you need to do to start your business is definitely you will be selling some product to your customer, right? That's
Yes, sir.
how this whole thing starts. So let's suppose you are a scooter manufacturer company, for example, or let's say Tata company who sells cars to its customer, right? So the first
Yes.
basic thing what they will be doing, they will be setting up a company. Okay, so they have
Um,
a company that okay, we have a company and I want to start a business. So company is required for what? To start a business. To start a business. Okay, so that's what this is used for. So they will use to start a business. Now, once company is open, okay, first thing what's your end goal is? Your end goal is to earn money. That's what your end goal is. Earn money. Okay, so how you will be earning money? You will be earning money by selling your product, right? So
yes,
product,
sir.
so you will be selling something to your customer. For example, Amazon, what they do, they say we place some online order and they sell those items to us, and that's how
Mm.
they earn money, right? So definitely their end goal is to earn money, and for that they will be targeting customers, so customers or consumer, right? That's what we said. So they will be targeting customer or consumer. So this customer or consumer is the target audience to whom you will be selling something. Okay, what you will be
Yes.
selling, that selling is nothing but your product, right? So
Product.
your company will be manufacturing some product. That
Product.
product you will be selling it to your customer. Okay.
Customer.
Now what happens? Let's imagine you don't produce that product, right? So what you do, for example, Amazon, right? If I want
Hmm.
to buy a Samsung TV, Amazon
Mm.
does not produce Samsung TV, right? It's a Samsung company who produce that Samsung TV, right?
Yes,
What
yes.
Amazon does, Amazon directly purchase that item from Samsung company and send it to us, send it to the customer,
Yes.
right? So let's
Yes.
suppose if I take a layman example, let's suppose an Amazon company or Flipkart, how they run their business, they have their product. So let's suppose they have a TV. Okay, so TV is a Samsung TV, for example, right? And they want to sell it to let's say a customer ABC. Okay, so this is a customer ABC. So they want to sell it to customer ABC. Now, what Amazon company will do, they have a customer and they have a product called item. Okay. So, uh, what happens? Let's suppose Amazon, what it will do, a customer ABC or let's say I'm taking a random name called let's say Rajesh. Okay. So Rajesh place an order that okay, I want to buy TV from Amazon. What Amazon will do, Amazon will reach out to Samsung and they will say that, okay, I have to supply this item to Rajesh. Okay. So what Amazon will do, Amazon will pay, let's say 40,000 INR to Samsung company to buy that TV, right? And they will be
Yes.
selling this to 60,000 to Rajesh, right?
Yes.
Whatever between these two, that is called your profit, right?
Yes.
So that
Yes.
20,000 is the profit, and this 20,000 is will be going to Amazon company, right?
Amazon. Yes.
Right. So to run one single sale, right? What are the parties involved? If you see this, first, definitely Amazon is nothing but a company, I would say. So you should have a company, right? Then definitely you should have a product or item that you are going to sell. Definitely in your company website, you will be showcasing those items, right? So you will have a inventory. In NetSuite terminology or in ERP, in any ERP system, we call those as an inventory. Okay. So you have
Inventory.
a
Yes.
company, you have a company, you have an inventory, right? And
Yes, sir.
to supply this inventory to your company, there should be a supplier, right? So like for example, in this example, Samsung is a supplier, right? So
Yes.
Samsung is a supplier to Amazon who supply TV to Amazon so that Amazon sell it to customers, right? So
Yes, sir.
in ERP system, we call it supplier or we call it vendor. Okay.
Vendor.
Now, so you have a vendor supply the item to Amazon, and Amazon's end of the day, once you have, first you should have a company, then you should have a supplier will supply you the item, that item you will be selling it to customer, right? Then end of the day, you need customer who will be buying those products. So this is your complete, I would say, cycle, how this whole things run. So step one is, let's say you should have a company. Step two, you should have you should target what item you're going to sell. Step three is nothing but your supplier who will be supplying you that item. And then in step four, you have a customer come into the picture. Then end of the day, you will get profit if all looks good, I would say. Okay. This will fit, right? Now, this, if you go a little bit deeper, right? Think about this example. Supplier has supplied you an item, let's say Samsung TV, right? Now, this product you will store somewhere, right? You need a space to store this item, right? So that
Yes.
is nothing but a location, or we call it a warehouse. So
Warehouse.
in very easier terminology, you would have heard that, okay, my item is coming from Gurgaon location. When you place an item, right, in Amazon company and you track where my shipment is, so it says
Hmm.
that order is placed and ready to be shipped from your Gurgaon location, which is nearby to you, or Nasik location, right?
Yes.
So to run this whole cycle, you see this whole operations is required. ERP is a tool which manage all these things in one system, I would say. Okay, is it clear? Like what
Yes,
is
sir.
ERP? ERP is the full form is Enterprise Resource Planning, which manage all this 360-degree cycle of your transactions, starting from company, then you have a inventory, then you have a supplier, then you have a location, and then you have a customer, right? Just give me a moment, please. Okay, so that's what called ER. Okay, so or I would say this is one of the standard example nowadays. Now think about a basic kirana shop, right? Or chitle bandhu, that what they sell. They sell something, right? Biscuits and all.
Yes.
So what they do, they also have a same thing, right? So they have a shop, right? So they have a shop. So for them, if you treat a kirana shop, right? So kirana shop, if you treat that as a company, right? So definitely they will have some supplier who will supply those items, right? It can be
Yes.
wheat, rice, all those things, right? So definitely they will have a vendor, right? They will be buying those items from those suppliers and then they will be selling it to your local customer, right?
Custom. Yes.
And so what they do, they buy, let's suppose 10 kgs of rice, or no, they generally buy 100 kgs of rice, for example. right? And they sell it. Some customer asks 1 kg, some customer asks 2 kg, whatever it is, right? So let's suppose
Yes.
they are buying that 100 kgs of item in 15,000 rupees. Now they will be selling 1 kg, 2 kg, whatever, or 0.5 kg or 10 kgs. That way they will be selling this whole 100 kg of rice. And end of the day, they will be selling this whole 15,000 of product in 25,000 rupees, right? So whatever
Yes,
the
sir.
difference is, that will be there, that stops,
10,000.
right? So still, even in Kirana shop, if you see, this cycle is being operated, right? And that's the concept of ERP. Now, in ERP, right, you have so many branches. Like if I tell you in a layman type, you have an engineering course, right? But for
Yes, sir.
engineering, or I would say you have a T-shirt, right? But for T-shirt, you have a different brand. You have Levi, you have Reebok, Adidas, whatever, right? Same
Mm.
way for ERP, there are different company who runs this. So they have SAP, they have I would say QuickBook. This is also a product tool, and that's you have a NetSuite as well, which do this job as well. Okay, and there are so many the ERP system, it's software as a service which run this whole 360-degree business into the system. So our goal is to learn this NetSuite. Okay, makes sense what this NetSuite is, what you're gonna learn, and what it will be. So when I will be showcasing this during this whole journey, we will be talking about company, we will be talking about inventory, we will be talking about vendor, we will be talking about location and customer. Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
now so far so good, all clear.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, now we will be coming. Take one scenario for supplier to company. If I talk about this scenario, in this scenario, what happened? Definitely think from the Amazon company point of view. Okay, so this company will be buying an item from the supplier, right? So forget about all this location and all. We don't need to worry about it. Amazon company want to buy an item from Samsung company so that it can sell to customer
Customer.
Rajesh, right? So if you think of this two person, this two individual, Amazon. So what this supplier is doing? Supplier is selling the item, right, to Amazon company, right?
Yes, sir.
And if I say in this way, Amazon company is buying the item from Samsung, right?
Yeah.
So that means Amazon buying inventory from
Samsung.
Samsung, right? So to run this transaction, we call it AP cycle in NetSuite system, and we run a procurement or purchase order. We create a purchase order.
Purchase management. Mm.
So the purchase order will be created from Amazon to company called Samsung, right? And Samsung will be providing this item to Amazon, right? So the purchase order will be created. So Amazon is creating a purchase order to Samsung company. Make
Samsung.
sense,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yes.
Now, when so purchase order is created, let's say the purchase order is cost 15. I'm just reciting the same example. Purchase order is created for 15,000. Then, so that cycle is done. Okay, so I will. There are so many stages, but I'm just telling you the first thing, basic thing, to give you the concept in some terminology. So you have a purchase order created, right? Now, Amazon, think about this cycle. Okay, Amazon is selling the item to customer. Okay, forget about all this, whatever I talked so far. So Amazon is selling product to customer Rajesh, right? So that means there will be a sales order created, right?
Samsung. Yes.
So Amazon will be selling it. So Amazon selling inventory Toddy to customer. So this cycle is called AR cycle. This cycle will be covered under AR cycle. So here we will be creating sales order or invoice. If you remember, whenever you receive some Amazon product, there will be invoice attached to it, right? The sticker, white sticker is attached. It will tell you the price of the product and all those things, and shipping address is mentioned there, right? So those are nothing but
Yes.
an invoice. Okay.
Yes.
So, and then against that invoice only you pay the money. If it is cash on delivery or if it is advance paid, then you paid before you receive the product. So that's there are different stories. So that's your sales order cycle. So this concept is clear. This concept is clear. Now think about this part. Amazon company is storing item this scenario. So let me give some other color so that it will be reflective. Okay. So this Amazon company is buying the item from supplier, right? Then
Yes.
they will be definitely storing it somewhere.
Mm.
So Amazon, for example, buying item and storing it to warehouse, right? So that portion we cover. Definitely you need to have a warehouse, then truck will come, you will load that item. For example, think about Amazon, how Amazon is sending the item to the customer. So truck will come or a small vehicle will come, product will be loaded to the vehicle, then it will go to different delivery locations, right? So, and the product will be sold out to those, sent to the customer, right? This process, loading the item to the truck, sending it to the customer. This part does not care about who you are selling, from whom you had purchased this
Bye.
item,
Yes.
and how much you are selling this item, right? This person only cares about sending the item to customer. That's what this person is cared about, right? This whole cycle is cared about. Make sense? So this we
Yes.
cover under inventory management. Okay.
Mm.
Inventory management. So in natural terminology, it is called design to build. Okay. This is called order to cash. This is called procure to pay. So procure to pay, we call it. We call it order to cash, and we call this as design to build. Okay. So that's how the sorry. That's how this design to build scenario works. Okay. Now, in this whole cycle, you made some profit, right? So for example, here you had made some profit. So you sell the item in 60,000, you buy it in 40,000, 20,000 you maintain as a profit, you get as a profit. So this 20,000 amount, definitely you would like to see in your bank balance, right? After paying all this
Yes.
transaction, you will see that, okay, my company has earned 20,000 rupees, right? Then that is called, that we cover in balance sheet, how much amount came, how much amount went out. We call it as cash flow statement report. So those pictures come into play, and that is nothing but your accounting module of net, I would say. Okay, this is called record to report, where we talk about the accounting impact of each and every transaction. So it's not very easy that, okay, you are just buying the item from your supplier. Okay, so when you buy the item from supplier, right, there will be some payment, right? Your bank amount money will go down, supplier money bank account will go up, right? So there will be some ups and down of the amount, right? Then you will be selling this item to your customer will be paying you the money, your bank balance will go up again, right? So, and then whatever you paid, whatever you receive, this difference will give you 20,000 money in your report, right? So this is only one transaction. assume Amazon company selling this on an everyday. For example, they are selling around more than 10 lakhs of product, right? So maintaining this whole cycle for 10 lakhs of product, definitely you need a system. It cannot be done in Excel, right? So that's where NetSuite, some company use NetSuite, some company use SAP. So this is the whole scenario how this NetSuite functionality works. And that's what you will be trained upon over the next 2 months of period or 50 hours of time. So far, so good. Any question?
Sir,
Perfect.
is
All right.
that P2P, O2C, R2R stands for?
Yeah, P2P is nothing but procure to pay. Sorry, thanks for reminding me. So this is called procure to pay. That means all AP cycle we talk about. This is
Yes.
called order to cash, from order to receiving the cash. Okay.
Mhm.
The DTP means design to build. That means from designing to build of the item. Okay. This is called record to report. Okay. So this is the, when you appear for any interview, right, they will be asking this terminology that, okay, what is procure to pay, in order to cash, design to build, and record to report. Are you known, or do you know this stuff? So that we will be talking. Okay, so that is what we will be talking during the training. Also, during this whole session, right, what we will be providing you, we will be giving you end-to-end NetSuite training. Let me see where I had that. One second. Let me just open that Excel. I had already prepared. Generally, we use it end-to-end. End-to-end. No, it's customized. Customized, yeah. Yeah, so this is the training you will be going through over the period of time. So here you see, we are first talking about record to report. When I had explained where we will be talking about setting up a company. So that was my step one, right? So that will be covered. Close this. Yeah, that will be covered under financial management. We will be talking about NetSuite introduction. I just explained you, where we will be talking first about the company information and all those things. Okay, what we need to set up before we start first transaction in NetSuite system. Okay, so that is your financial
Actually,
management.
it
Yeah.
seems like we are learning descending order, means record to report. It's a last step, no? Account module.
No,
Next week.
no, don't think like that.
Mhm.
If I had mentioned on this, think from this point of view. The first thing is you are maintaining company, right?
Mm.
So that covers under, don't go with this thing. I explained in this way to explain you much easier way. But the
Mhm.
first thing we will be doing is, first we will be creating the company into the system, right? That covers under record to report. Where is that? Yeah, record to report, where we'll be talking about company information. Once we will have the company created, right, you need to have a location, right? Those things you need to define. Then only you will be receiving the item into that particular location, right? So once you have a so first thing you, so like this, first you need to open your shop, right? Then you will be, think from kirana shop point of view. First you need to have a shop. Then in that shop you will have to have item, right, like
Items.
rice, and all those stuff, potatoes, whatever it is. So that comes step two, design to build, where you will be storing those items, right, where you will be maintaining what item you are going to sell, what will be the different types of item, right? Whether it's a iPhone, it's a laptop, or it's a mobile phone, or it's a table, chair, whatever it is. It can be anything. So those items you need to decide what your item one gonna sell. Then how you will be purchasing those items, because you need to have a stock first, right? Then only you will become selling it to the customer, right? That's
Yes.
what I said in the beginning. The customer comes in the last. Okay, in this whole cycle, the customer comes at very last. First, you need to
Yes.
have the company, then you need to have the inventory set up, then you need to buy those inventory, and then in the end, you will be selling it to your customer. So that's what your week for selling it to the customer. Now you sell it to the customer. Customer will have some complaint that okay, product is damaged, I want to return, and all those things will be coming, right? That is covered under CRM part, where we talk about the case management, customer support management, right? So you sold it, then support management come into the system, and when the customer management come into the system, right? There can be also a scenario where you want to do campaigning, like the campaign you see, right? Independence Day sale, New Year sale going on, right? Or Ganpati sale going on. So those 50% extra discount, 15% discount, 20% discount on SBI card or on SDFC card, right? They said it. So
Mhm.
those marketing is also part of CRM activity. So that we will be talking about. Then you have this report part. Like if everything goes smooth, then definitely you need some reporting. How much, as I told you, right? In a company, there can be multiple person. One is can be a sales guy, one can be a warehouse guy, one can be a CEO, CFO, right? So each and every person want to extract some report based on their job, right? So, for example, warehouse person does not need to worry how much amount you sell it. He just need to know which item to be shipped out to which customer location. That's only he is worried about, right? Or if the stock is available or not. If the stock is not available, he will call to sales team that okay, we don't have a stock available. You need to buy more from your supplier,
Supply.
or you need to stop selling it to the customer because I can't fulfill it to the customer, right? That's where we see out of a stock. Suddenly we see the message in the morning the item is available, but in the evening the item is out of stock, right?
Out of
Because
stock. Yes.
our stock goes below zero quantity, so it can't be sold to any other customer. So that is something we need to talk about. So that comes under reporting and all those things. So this will be your end-to-end training in NetSuite, and how, from the business point of view, it is defined. Is it clear?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Let me just save your. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Perfect. So this is done. Now, this whole training for each and every module, like we will be going in very deep detail. For example, you see, just when I talk about accounts payable, that means procure to pay cycle, purchasing and paying the money. So we will be going in different case scenario. It is that many case scenario. It only goes for, it goes for 2 to 3 days, one specific cycle. So you need to be, we will be going very slow. The expectation will be end of the day, you should be able to understand what this whole system is, how the system works in this NetSuite platform, right? So that you need to understand. Now, once this whole training will be completed, I will be sharing you this NetSuite interview questions. Okay, tell me about yourself, your experience, and all. Which process area you are comfortable with. So the expectation is like, for example, this person, my name is Jagdish Chamat, and all these things. So the expectation is there are 75 questions. I will ask you to prepare the answers for me, just like this person has done. Okay, and I will be reviewing those answers. Then only I can say that now you are comfortable in NetSuite system, and this question will be asked in different NetSuite exam. So it or whenever you will be appearing for any interview, those questions will be asked. So that will help you to